Hi everyone. Welcome to Would You Rather. That's right, Would You Rather is back on, well, it's gonna be on the Revelry because if I can recall, well, I tried to do it on the Moto G, but the shopping app that nobody gives a dang about, Pinterest, became, got involved and screen recorder turned off on me. So looks like we're gonna have to move it from here to from the Moto G to here on the Revelry. So I hope you are ready for this, and I'm ready. Let's get down to our first decisions. It's probably gonna be just a 5 minute video after that whole thing. So start with our first decision. Would you rather never be able to compliment or never be able to complain? Complain. 64% says they rather never be able to compliment, and 36% says they rather never be able to complain. I've had my share of complaints for an insanely long time. It's not it's if you complain, you sound like a jerk. Would you rather have a big family or a small family? Big family. 54% says they rather have a big family. 46%. Wait, 54% says they'd rather have a big family, and 46% says they'd rather have a small family. I hope I wasn't reading that wrong. Yeah, I hope. I mean, I have a big family. It doesn't make any difference. Hang on. It's Pinterest again. No, no, it's. Alright. It wasn't Pinterest. It was Temu. Anyway, moving on. Would you rather swap digits in your age? Swap the digits in your age? Or swap the digits in your height? Age. 42% says they rather swap their digits in their age, and 58% says they'd rather swap the digits in their height. Well, if I were to swap digits in my age, I would be 62 years old. And that feature hadn't came yet. Oh, it has not. Would you rather have a fully functional lightsaber or have the ability to throw lightning bolts? Fully functional lightsaber. 60% says they'd rather have a fully functional lightsaber, and 40% says they'd rather have the ability to throw lightning bolts. Well, if you were to have a fully functional lightsaber, you'd be the next Star Wars. I don't know, you'd be on Star Wars, but if you were to throw lightning bolts, you'd be the next Thor. Well, Thor throws his hammer. Well, Thor uses his hammer. Anyway, let's move on. Would you rather happy moments come happier or sad moments become less sad? Mm, happy moments happier. 75% 75% says happy moments become happier and 25% sad moments become less sad. Well, we've had some sad moments in our lifetime, like when Kaylee dumped me and we lost Jax. So yeah, it's been it's been very depressing when you lost those that made you happy. Moving on. Would you rather live in a space station or live in a deep sea submarine? Uh, deep sea submarine. Wow, 68% says they rather live in a space station, and 32% says they rather live in a deep sea submarine. Well, I don't know. If I were to live in a space station, I'd be an astronaut for, I don't know, 20 years, maybe. And if I were to live in a deep sea submarine, I'd be seasick for 20 years. It would not be fun being on a submarine. Not as fun as it would be on in a space station. Would you rather have every minute feel like an hour or have every hour feel like a minute? Oof. Every hour feel like a minute? 54% says they'd rather have every minute feel like an hour. 46% says they rather have every hour feel like a minute. Well then. Um having every I mean it's like saying having every hour feels like you've had all year. And having every hour feel like a minute means you've every hour felt like every month. Felt like you had all month is my theory. It's just a theory. Have you serious? Would you rather be a beloved Hollywood icon in the 1950s or be a celebrity in the 21st century where everybody hates you? Oh my goodness. Beloved Hollywood icon in the 50s. 70% says they'd rather be beloved a beloved Hollywood icon in the 50s. 30% says they'd rather be a celebrity in the 21st century where everybody dislikes you. I mean, why would you want to be that? Why would you want to be the most hated celebrity in the 21st century for? It's because you are. Is it just because you're a crappy actor? You're a crappy actor? Or you're just one of the worst influencers in the 21st century? It's really ridiculous. So, yeah, moving on. Would you rather go to an amusement park or go to a family reunion? Ooh, both very, both very fun. Amusement park. Wow, 35% says they'd rather go to an amusement park, and 65% says they'd rather go to a family reunion. Well, I guess family reunions can happen at amusement parks, evidently, if I'm not mistaken. Or I guess that's where they have their family reunions. Sometimes. I didn't hear it, but I thought about it. Okay, it's 11:10. Our I was thrown off by some tennis and Princess Bampy on Twitch. She's a Princess Vampire VTuber on Twitch if you. Anyway, our time was my time was thrown off and now it's 11:10. I guess we might as well stick with the top 3 decisions. So, let's get this over with. We start with number 3. Would you rather be colorblind or not be able to understand puns? Understand puns. 36% says they rather be colorblind. 64% says they rather not be able to understand puns. Like I don't find your punchline funny. Like I don't understand it. I just couldn't. I was just like, I don't get it. You be like that? You be like, I don't get it. What does that even mean? All right, number two. Would you rather be with someone who always really late, or would you rather be with someone who's always really early? Early. Wow, 68% says they'd rather be with someone who is always really late. 32% says they'd rather be with someone who is always really early. Well, I don't know. During during my time when I was dating either Kaylee or my ex Jocelyn, I they usually sometimes show up late. Like we usually show up before they do, or they just show up before we do. Either the two. All right, it's now time for our third, well, not our third, but our final decision for the night. And what exactly is that? Would you rather give up meat or give up fruit? Meat. 70% says they rather give up meat, and 24% says they rather give up fruit. I mean, yesterday, while we were having deli sandwiches for dinner yesterday, um, I had some pineapple along with them, so it was really juicy. It was, but it was really good. I'm not gonna lie. All right, guys, that about does it for our returning Would You Rather number 51 since May of 2023. So it's been like over a year since that video. So maybe next week will be better. It will be better. So you guys have a great rest of your night, and I also mentioned as part of my 10-year anniversary on YouTube this Saturday, Fortnite tomorrow night. Stay tuned for that if you are ready for that. Have a great night.